and welcome to the Visionary VA podcast, the go-to show for ambitious virtual assistants who are ready to stop trading their time for money and start scaling their businesses into thriving agencies. I'm Holly Copsey, founder of the award-winning agency Virtually Priceless and the Visionary VA Circle community. Each week, I'm here to bring you actionable strategies, proven systems, and mindset shifts to help you transition from a solo VA to a visionary agency owner. If you're ready to grow your business to dizzying new heights with less stress and more success, you're in the right place. Hello and welcome back to the Visionary VA podcast. Today, we're getting honest about something every business owner faces at some point, and that's making tough decisions. The kind that sit heavy on your shoulders. The kind that keep you up at night. Because being the boss, it's not just about the freedom and flexibility. It's also about being the one who has to make the calls, even when they're uncomfortable. When we start out, we dream of doing meaningful work, building a great business, working with people we adore. But if you're growing a team, or you've got more than a handful of clients, at some point, you're going to face challenges. Clients who drain you, team members who aren't performing, financial decisions that feel risky. And as the leader, it's your job to face them. I've been there so many times and no doubt will continue to encounter them. And I've learned, sometimes the hard way, that delaying a hard decision just makes it more difficult in the long run. So, what kind of tough decisions are we talking about? Let's break it down and run through some of the decisions you'll likely face as your business grows. 1. Letting a client go. Maybe they've become demanding, rude, or misaligned with your values. It might mean losing money in the short term, but protecting your well-being and team culture is far more important. 2. Letting a team member go. This one can feel brutal, especially if you've built a friendship. But if they're not performing, it's your responsibility to act. Remember, their underperformance reflects on you, your brand, and your service. 3. Turning work down if you're fully booked, or the project just doesn't feel right. Saying yes to the wrong work can lead to burnout and resentment. Saying no gives you space for better opportunities. 4. Raising your prices. Oh God, the fear. What if they all leave? But staying stuck at low rates keeps you playing small. You can't grow with prices that don't reflect the value you provide. And 5. Making financial decisions. This could be investing in software, hiring support, or signing up for coaching. Sometimes the hardest decision is backing yourself financially. So, how do you make hard decisions with confidence? Here's what I do when I'm wrestling with a decision. First and foremost, listen to your gut. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Second, talk it out. Find a mentor, coach, fellow VA or business owner to soundboard it with. Explore your options and perhaps find additional perspectives you might not have yet considered. Third, look at the data. Don't let emotion lead. Check the facts, time logs, margins, team capacity. Whatever the challenge, there will likely be some data to point you in the right direction. And fourth, make a plan. Don't go in reactive. Think through your next steps. Sleep on it if you can. Write yourself some notes, think about the words you'll use, and practice saying them out loud. Role play scenarios if you need to. Prepare for the possible reactions you might be challenged with. And finally, don't forget to revisit your values. Let them guide the decision, not fear. The line that I try to live by is that doing the right thing is always the right thing. And deep down, I'll bet you already likely know what that is. So by now, you're probably wondering what some of the tough decisions are that I've faced over the last almost 7 years of running my business. So let me run through a few quick examples. I've held on to team members for too long, out of loyalty more than once, only for it to affect client relationships, team morale, and our reputation. I've kept clients who weren't a good fit until I realised the energy they drained wasn't worth the money and their behaviours and actions were taking a toll on either me or my team members. I've taken the leap with hiring for a role I wasn't actually looking to recruit for because I knew in the long run they'd be a huge asset to the business. I've had to make financial cutbacks and make redundancies when we've gone through tough periods. I've committed to ploughing thousands of pounds into coaching and training because I know improving my own knowledge, skills, and network will benefit the business in the longer run. I've had to park really great ideas that I know would have a positive impact on the business because we have limited resources and have to ruthlessly prioritise. But every time I've made a tough call, I've never regretted it in the long run. In fact, almost every time it's led to a breakthrough, sometimes immediately and sometimes further down the line. That might be a better client, a stronger team dynamic, more clarity and confidence, or just some peace of mind. Being the boss is about ownership, not just of the wins, but of the decisions no one else wants to make. And the more you practice, the more confident you get. Of course, no one wants to do the hard things, particularly when it involves tough conversations with team members. They're the worst. But I promise it gets easier. And every time you take brave action, you build your leadership muscle, gain experience of something perhaps you've not previously done, and gain that all-important confidence. So take a moment to reflect on what's going on in your world right now. Is there a tough decision you've been avoiding? Or something you've been putting off, hoping it'll fix itself? Grab your notebook, get it down on paper, then ask, what's the worst that could happen? And what's the best that could happen if I take action? And go from there. Remember, you've got this. You are the boss, and you're doing better than you think. See you next week.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Visionary VA podcast. I hope you're walking away with fresh ideas and inspiration to scale your VA business. Don't forget to check out our free mini course on building solid business foundations, perfect for setting your VA agency up for success without the overwhelm. You'll find the link in the show notes. If you enjoyed the show, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a review. See you next week.